Yoma Daf Lamed Zayin. Today's first email comes from David Feinberg. Dear R Eli, 499 days ago, I came to this room with the intention of joining the cycle just from Sechus Brachos. And it's now day 500 of this cycle from the beginning of Shas. I'm still here, and the same goes for so many others. Thank you for all your hard work in preparing. Mazel Tov and counting until day 49 for Omer. And Mazel Tov and helping so many people get this far in the yomi cycle. Thank you, David Feinberg. From Avram Rosenzweig, Eli's shir and Erev Shavuos was groundbreaking. I say this because his storytelling enthusiasm and illuminated spirit encouraged me to laugh and then laugh again. My son couldn't hear the shir, and he must have thought his old man was bananas. I had tears in my eyes of happiness, and he goes on. Eli, be healthy and joyful all days of your life. The Jewish people owe you a debt of gratitude for your hope, for the hope and laughter you bring to us through Daf Yomi. Chag Sameach, Yasher Koyach. My very best to your family and the MDY Mishpacha. Well done. Thank you. Yoma Daf Lamed Zayin. The vidui of the Kohen Gadol, he starts with Ana Hashem. Why these two words? Because we learn it from Chet HaEgel, Gzeir Shava. It says here Kapara, and it says by Chet HaEgel Kapara. And Moshe Rabbeinu said the word Ana. And by Egel Aruf also it says Kapara, so we learn the word of Hashem, because over there he's supposed to say Hashem. Abai was just wondering, if so, we have this Gzeir Shava, why don't we learn that by Egel Arufa you say the word Ana, and you don't say Ana by Egel Arufa. The Gemara remains kasha. In the Mishnah it says, once the Kohen Gadol finishes, everybody answers Baruch Shem Kavod Malchus L'Olam Va'ed. Either we learn it from the pasuk Yishem Hashem Ekro, when I mention Hashem's name, and then the pasuk continues, Havu Gadol Elkeinu, you should bench Hashem, or from the pasuk in Mishlei Zeicher Tzadik Levracha, when you mention the Tzadik, meaning a Kodesh Baruch Hu, you should answer a bracha. New Mishnah. So the Kohen Gadol stands by the entrance of the Azara, the eastern side of the Azara, yet a little bit to the north of the Mizbeach, and it's like Reb Elazar Yaakov, who says that the Mizbeach is completely in the south, so anything from the end of the Mizbeach onward is considered Safan. The Zgan, the deputy Kohen, stands to the right of the Kohen Gadol, the Rosh Av of that day. Whoever's in charge of that day by the Kohanim, he stands to the left of the Kohen Gadol, but it doesn't mean literally to the right and the left. It means slightly behind the Kohen, a little bit on an angle to the right, a little bit on an angle to the left. If they would stand completely side by side, that would be a sign of Amaratzos. Directly behind them, that would be Gaiva. The same applies when the three Malachi Asharis came to visit Avram Avinu. Michal, who's the greatest one, he was in the center. Gavriel was to the right, but slightly to the back. Rafal was to the left, slightly to the back. They did a lottery, and the lottery was made out of two pieces of wood. Was it from Ascari wood? Ben Gamla took it and he made it out of gold. And Chachamim, they mentioned him, and L'Shvach, they praised him. And therefore the Mishnah is going to bring other people that did beautiful things for the Beis HaMikdash, and they were mentioned for praise. And the following Mishnah is going to say that certain people were not mentioned for praise. Ben Katan, he added to the Kiyar, instead of having two faucets, and they used to use the upper one, and then when the water level went down, they would use the lower faucet. He made 12 faucets because there were 12 Kohanim that were required to do the Kiddush Yadayim Reglayim, and he wanted them to be able to do it simultaneously. The 13th Kohen for the Tamid was the one that checked the carbon Tamid, but didn't have to wash his hands. He also made a device called a muchni, which, like a winch, that could lower the kiyar into the water table, into the live spring, so that you don't have to spill out the water wouldn't become puzzle belina. Munbaz didn't just make all the kelim Beis HaMikdash out of gold, but also the handles of the knives, the handles of the different axes or different kelim that they had. Hilni Amalka, she made a beautiful lamp made out of gold, and they put it on top of the heichal, on top of the entrance of the heichal. And when the sun went up, Klal Yisrael that was in the Azara knew that it was time to say Kriya Shema. The Kohanim that were part of the Mishmar, they said Kriya Shema way earlier, which a regular person would be asked for him to say it then. And Anshi Mama, that's the Klal Yisrael that was there to represent the Israel, they said it too late. It says in the pasuk when it comes to the goats, V'nasan Aaron al shnei hasirim goyrolos, goyrol echad Hashem v'goyrol echad la'azazel. And the Gemara learns 4 halachas from this pasuk, from the 4 seemingly extra words. The word goyrol is in singular, and don't take 2 Hashems and put it on one animal, and 2 la'azazels and put it on another one. It says goyrolos, maybe it's 2 plus 2. The word echad, that you shouldn't take 1 and 1 Hashem and 1 Azazel, and put it on one goat, and 1 Hashem and 1 Azazel and put it in the second goat. The fact that the Torah says goyrolos, that the lottery, the pieces of wood or gold, should be identical in size and shape, so the Kohen Gadol cannot feel his way around and pick Hashem out, let's say, on purpose. And the fact that the Torah says Goyro, it's to tell us that the one that says Hashem on it should not be made out of gold like the tzitz. Hilni also made a piece of gold that had the parsha of Sait on it, in order not to have to take out the Sefer Torah and copy the word for word. But the way she did it was, she had it written the first few words of each pasuk, and later on, it was, instead of having all the words, she put one letter per word. Like this, you're able to write a whole parsha, even though it's not part of the Sefer Torah. Have a wonderful day.